for the grown folks. So today, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be nice. Those of you who watch me, you know I'm usually very nice. I try not to go in too hard on women. But as you can see, this comment was left to me about a month ago. You know, I do get the occasional female hating Big Shirley biatches in my comment section. And I usually don't even entertain it, but I got time today. I told you, don't fuck with me. So, we're going to break this down. We're going to get into all of this, okay? This comment that she made is in regard to the one and only Kevin Samuels. Now, I've already made a video speaking on this when it came to celebrity women like Vivica Fox, you know, and I thought I wouldn't have to address this again. And I did, as you can see, it's 4 weeks ago. So I wasn't even going to address it, but I figured, you know what? I might as well, right? Why hold back? Because we grown over here. And sometimes it's too much to type, so I'd rather make a video. Now, I already spoke on this, but I'm going to reiterate how evil, how classless you have to be to rejoice at someone's death, let alone a black man and an elder. I've already said this, and she ain't the only one, but I found her comment to be the most savage. She left this under my YouTube video that I made talking about this very subject. People rejoicing at KS dying, which I find to be sick. I think you're a sick individual. But let's dig a little deeper on the matter. It was brought to my attention that this person is probably a Big Shirley. And I didn't even really think of that. And for those of you who don't know, Big Shirley is just a reference that Kevin Samuels made to women who were obese or morbidly obese. You know, big girls, BBWs, whatever. And I started thinking about it like a Big Shirley. I'm like, maybe, you know, the person got a point. Maybe this is a big girl because why? Why were women mad at Kevin Samuels? The $1 million question, right? And for those of us who have freaking sense, we know why y'all was mad at KS. You was either overweight or obese. You had the classic situation, multiple kids by multiple men. And again, Kevin always said, if that's your situation, you have choices. You can buy a dog or cat and die alone, or you can do what most women dread, and that's settle. Settle for a man who's willing to be with you versus thinking you're going to get a top tier or high value man. Kevin never said you could never get a man because you made mistakes in life and had multiple children by multiple men. He never said you couldn't get a man. He just said you probably would get second shift at the plant. If y'all can remember that specific video, I actually did that video on my channel. So anyway, the more I thought about this stuff, I'm like, you know, I gotta speak on this. Because I'm like, y'all mad at Kevin for basically not knowing you but reading directly into your life. You've been used by some no good man, some boy man who got a man body and man features, but he's still a boy mentally. You let him come in and finesse you, have unprotected sex, make children, and then you got ghosted and left high and dry, and you mad at Kevin for calling it out. And I know a lot of women already know this. You already knew that the guy you was sleeping with unprotected wasn't going to be there. But you chose to do it anyway for whatever reason, pleasure, thinking you was going to change him or whatever. And you get mad at Kevin, and you leave comments like this, or you get mad at people for saying it. Like, everybody's not stupid. Some people can see into it and see exactly what your situation is without even knowing you, because it's classic. There's nothing new under the sun, right? Then you become bitter and start hating, when what you need to do is reevaluate what you've done and don't make them choices no more. And there is men out here who will get, I know a few women who had 1, 2, 3 kids and was able to still get married. Now, was it the ideal man or dream man? No. And most men get offended by the thought of that, because they like, you know, you only settled for me or dealing with me because you had kids. If you didn't have kids, you wouldn't give me the time of day. That may be the case, but at the end of the day, it's somebody for everybody. So I'm not even knocking that. My thing is for you to sit up and talk about you laughed and celebrated a man's passing too, meaning you condone Vivica Fox's behavior, and if you knew where his grave was, you would go dance on it? What?
You raggedy bitch.
Who would say something like that? Who would leave that kind of comment with a YouTube name 2 cents 49.89? Yeah, you ain't got a bit of sense if you ask me. Because who would say that knowing good and well this man has a mother, a father, a daughter, a family, friends, and y'all steady want to talk ish about Kevin Samuels? That man been gone over a year. Can we say that? He was just that uncle, that old school cat who gave it to you straight up, no chaser. Unlike me, because I always put sugar on top. Because I'm not, the purpose of my channel is not to offend people. It's just to have these grown folk, these adult conversations. That's the purpose of my channel. And some of you don't like it. Some of you mad at it instead of taking the information and using it and flipping it and having what Kevin would say, the desired outcome. But I got biatches who still want to leave me nasty comment mad because I guess I didn't have a beef with Kevin. And I've said this time and time again. I'm one of the seem like few women on this planet that's left who can hear something, maybe not necessarily like it and agree with it, but can meditate on it, chew on it, and come back and see, okay, there's always something to learn from someone, even if you learn what not to do. And I could chew the meat and spit out the bones. I never said I agree with everything that Kevin Samuels said. But I always said it was never okay. When did we start doing this as a people? We don't rejoice at people's death and passings. This is some new ish y'all doing, because we ain't never did this back in the day. We always respected the dead and respected a grieving family. But nowadays y'all want to get tough tone and be keyboard warriors behind this internet. I wonder if you would get this tough with his daughter and his mom and them. If they was in front of your face. No, because they'll rock that snot box back. You wouldn't dare. But then you want to come over here to grown folk talk because I enjoyed Kevin. Me and my husband would sit and watch him together. My brother would come over and we would just kick it about some of the messages and things we learned from Kevin Samuels. We literally enjoyed him. Could he be harsh at times? Yeah. But life is hard. Life is a bitch, right? We all know that saying. Life ain't gonna sugarcoat stuff for you. So why is you mad that Kevin told you flat out? You lose points when you overweight. You lose points when you got somebody else's hair glued to your head. You lose points when you let a man come live off of you, make children with you. He don't work, you leave, get them going to work, leaving your kids at home by themselves while this man go frolic around and run the streets. Then he come back, you cooking for him, sexing him unprotected, making more babies and repeating the cycle. And then you get mad at people like me and people like Kevin for talking about it. She belongs to the street. That's on you, because you should have learned after child number 1 when you didn't get no commitment. We all know as grown folks, sex really is for married people. That's something you learned real young. So let's not play stupid here like we don't know better. And then you get burnt and become a baby mama, and now you want to be mad at people like me, mad at Kevin, want to leave these nasty comments of a man. Why are you worried about a man that's deceased? Because his message didn't die with him. Y'all thought when he died that his message would die, but it didn't. Kevin sparked conversations for years to come. And then y'all want to sit up and be bitter Bettys instead of, like I said, flipping this. You can still get a man. It's still hope for you, even if you are overweight. All men have different standards and different things that they like. It ain't even always about a stereotypical 36, 24, 36. A lot of these men be capping on this internet. A lot of these men don't mind a woman with some curves, a little weight on her. You can see that in your everyday life, depending on the man, of course. So I find it that women who come over here who leave me comments like this, you bitter. You probably a big Shirley. You probably 300-400 pounds. Fat bitch. You probably mad at me because you've heard me say many of times that I'm married. My husband wanted to marry me. I got married young. I don't have a baby daddy. And that don't mean that I'm better than nobody. It just means my life, I went a different way. And y'all be mad at people because people didn't do what you did with your life, and instead of being mad at yourself, it's easier for you to take it out on other people. It's easier for you to get on social media and the internet and try to drag others instead of owning what you did. You're gonna learn today. And taking accountability. And that's the word for the year, accountability, right? This is what everybody is talking about, being accountable for your own actions. And you know this, man. Instead of coming over here to me, because I got my man. I put in 20 years with a man. And I built with a man. A lot of women ain't even willing to build. I built with my husband. Ain't neither one of us have nothing when we got together. We built everything, family, house, everything. So I'm a woman who will get down and dirty. I can knock out walls. I can deal with drywall. I can paint. You'd be surprised. So I'm not making it like I'm no better than nobody. I'm from Detroit. So it ain't, you get what I'm saying. I'm no better than nobody. So please don't get that impression. But don't think you're going to come over here running your mouth talking ish about Kevin Samuels and talking stuff about me because I don't hate Kevin Samuels because you do. Look, I'm overweight. I can stand to lose 20 pounds. But that don't mean I'm glad that a man died, because he talked about women like me, women like you who need to lose weight. Now, I'm not messing with that obese and morbid obese. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't messing with that. But I'm just saying, he said things that fit me. The shoe fit for me. But I'm not sitting up rejoicing that he died. I ain't mad at him for saying it because it's true. Ain't nobody about to sit up here and be mad at Kevin Samuels for saying something that apply to me. Nope. Just like when he was getting on men. What, nobody mad at the men? Or excuse me, wasn't none of the men mad at Kevin for calling them out on stuff? They accepted it and they either changed it or lowered their standards. Same thing over here. I've said that from day one. I don't think I'm America's Next Top Model. Don't get it twisted. I think I'm an average everyday woman. But I have enough sense to know what men want and give them, in my case, my husband, what he wants. Y'all ain't even got enough sense to listen to these men and give these men what they want. Y'all trying to shove stuff down their throat, and that's where y'all having a problem at. And that's what Kevin was trying to tell you. You can't make no man be with you if he don't like obese women. So you need to be with a man who don't mind you being obese, but y'all don't want to hear that. And then y'all run over here and leave nasty comments like this. And this just shows how bitter and evil some of y'all are, and why some men saying they're done with women, at least in America. They're done with marriage. They just want you for recreational use only. This is all I'm seeing on the internet. Smash and dash. They just want to use you for sex, and then they're done with you. And a lot of y'all fall into it. A lot of y'all don't even know a good man versus a man who just want to use you. Y'all can't pick him for nothing because y'all too busy looking at how he dressed. How tall is he? In some instances, how much money he has. And that can be okay, but a lot of y'all don't even know how to look at that. Some of y'all will look at a man and feel like, oh, he ain't dressed right. But see, me, I know how to look. No, that's a working man. I know what a working man look like. I don't shun no 9-to-5 hard working men who get up and punch a clock or who go do whatever they got to do. But no, y'all want the trap boy or the rich celebrity dude who ain't paying you no attention, who ain't thinking about you. Y'all delusional and think y'all can get men like that with 2 and 3 kids trailing in behind y'all. Let's look at Young Miami. Diddy, little toy. She got 2 kids. Diddy not gonna marry her. He just doing what he doing with her, and when they get done, he'll pass her on to the next man. But y'all don't get it. Y'all don't see it. And she a whole builder bitch. She wear the lace front wigs, got the surgery, the fake ass, all of that, and still can't get no man to take her seriously. But then I get comments like this. I'm gonna leave this video here. I want everybody to watch this to leave me a comment, because if you rock with me, I know you rock with KS, and this is the type of stuff that I be talking about. This is the type of interaction that I get with these big Shirley chicks out here who mad at Kevin versus being mad at themselves for their own actions. This has been another episode of Grown Folk Talk. I'll catch y'all in the next one.